So if you drive any kind of vehicle and you navigate around, you're probably going to come across a Satnav at some point in your life. This Satnav is a little bit different in the fact that you can actually set your vehicle type up and it'll route you in accordance with the type of vehicle that you're using. This is the Garmin Camper 770 Lmt D. So this specific model is based around camping and the fact that you can set up vehicle profiles in here from a straightforward car, a car that tows a trailer or a caravan, a motorhome or a big RV. You can basically set up the profile of your vehicle. It will then guide you on the roads that are appropriate for your vehicle. So you'll never go down a road that's too narrow for your vehicle, and you'll never be sent down a road that's possibly got a weight restricted bridge or a height restricted bridge or something like that. It's absolutely fantastic. In amongst all this extra stuff as well, it can find you restaurants, it can find you campsites, fuel stations, supermarkets, all that kind of stuff is absolutely fantastic. So the mount on the back, extremely secure and extremely easy to use. It just basically clips in, clicks in place, and suction mounts to the windscreen. Really stable, doesn't shake around or anything like that. It's fantastic. Voice navigation is easy to use as well. Voice command.
Say a command.
Find town.
What town in United Kingdom?
Stockport.
Would you like to begin navigation?
Yes. Or you can just enter the details in, by tapping on the screen. Either way, that's fantastic. The type of instructions that it gives you whilst driving are absolutely brilliant. So we've had things like animals crossing, we've had animals in road as well, down the motorway once. All the motorway stopped. Next minute this popped up and said, oh, by the way, there's reports of animals in the road. And sure enough, poor little thing, I think it was an Alsatian or something like that, just trundling along the hard shoulder on the motorway, a few police cars around him protecting him, and we all had to kind of file past at about 10 miles an hour just to not scare him. Rerouted some occasions when the accidents or the roadworks have said, there's a 40-minute delay, would you like to be rerouted? That's great as well. It says take a break, there's a KFC coming up or a petrol station coming up, that kind of thing. The POIs, points of interest on there, are absolutely great. As you're driving around, you can pick out supermarket, fuel stations, or camp stops as well if you're camping for the night. All those are listed on there. Like I say, the quality of the audio and the screen are fantastic. You can pair it up with your phone as well if you want to get sort of Bluetooth hands-free kits, and also to download the data updates for the map and software updates as well. If you don't want to do that, you can just attach it to your Wi-Fi at home or wherever you are, and it'll also do the updates over Wi-Fi as well. It comes with a little cable, that's your power cable, and a little aerial as well to get those updates. But if you also want to get the backup camera, So the backup camera is a lovely little camera, very wide angle of view, so you can actually see the road behind you and what's immediately underneath the camera. Visibility at night time is okay. It's not infrared, there's no infrared lights on there, but if you've got your reverse lights on, there's a bit of street lamp or whatever, then you can still see fine, no problem whatsoever. If you do buy this kit, then it comes with its own cabling system and Wi-Fi transmitter or wireless transmitter. So what happens then is you get another charge cable with the Satnav, so you end up with two of these, and what happens is this then is paired to this little box that allows you, as soon as you plug this in, to see the backup camera. So it comes up on the display of the Satnav, so you can just kind of choose, yeah, I want to actually look behind me as I'm reversing or something like that. Again, very easy to set up, couple of minutes installation. I actually even glued this on the back of the van. I simply didn't want to drill a hole because obviously this is the review unit that Garmin have sent to me, so it's not actually mine. So I didn't want to drill any holes, although you can drill them, but I stuck it on the back there with some Gorilla Glue tape, and it's been on the back there for 2 weeks, no problem whatsoever. The quality of it is pretty good considering it's such wide angle and such a small little camera. It's really good. Like I say, in the ease of use of it, that was just something that I thought was set up 2 minutes later. This sees it and away you go, you can see the image. What more could you want? So the screen hasn't got an anti-glare or reflection coating, as you can see there. However, it doesn't really detract from the fact that the screen quality and the brightness are really, really good. So it's easy as well to set up trips in here as well. You can tell it where you want to start, add some trip points where you want to actually, go via or to stop off at, and then obviously enter a destination and then it'll route accordingly. If you drive past one of your stops, it'll just carry on routing. It doesn't expect you to actually stop there, but if you stop there, it'll wait. That's no problem at all. Similarly as well, if you get out of the car and you switch your ignition off, it'll say obviously the power's gone, it'll go to sleep. As soon as you switch your ignition back on, it'll come back to life and it'll continue navigation so it doesn't lose the settings. There is a battery inside there, so if your vehicle does lose power or you just want to plan your route the night before, you'll get around about 10 to 15 minutes of use from the internal battery on there. It does have a cool feature as well that you can take screenshots as well of the actual device, hence all the screenshots you've seen of me using it, which are useful if there's some sort of message on the screen that you want to look at. Again, the information on the screen about your route shows you the next junction, how many miles away that is, or how many sort of minutes away the next junction is, how many minutes away the destination is. Your elevation, your GPS signal, all that kind of stuff is all listed there should you ever need that sort of information. However, the screen just minimizes most of that information just to tell you what time you're going to get to wherever it is, the road you're traveling on, and the next set of instructions that are coming along. I found the colours used on the screen were a bit sort of like, how could I say, busy, so that you're following a pink route. However, there are reds and purples and oranges and everything like that around you, and sometimes it was a little bit tricky to pick out your route. It also doesn't show most of the minor roads around you as you're driving around. It just picks out your route and the main roads. Now, one thing I find is sometimes if you want to look around, it's great to see the little minor roads to say, oh, I actually want to nip down that street there and do this there. To see that, you've really got to zoom in, which means you don't get an overall picture. So the other little issue I've got as well is that it's giving you route navigation when you're too far away from the next turn or stop or whatever. Sometimes it was like 1.5 miles away, an average was a mile away, then you get another warning that's maybe half a mile away, but actually when you're on the turn, it's just a tiny little bit of information at the top of the screen there that's telling you where to go. There's no zoom in picture, there's no kind of voice prompt again, turn right here now. And I think that's just something they maybe need to tweak in the software. Other than that, I think it's fantastic. We found it great for picking camping spots. It's got all sorts of camping details on here for different campsites, wild camping as well as campsites, car parks, supermarkets, petrol stations, parking spots as well. All that kind of thing is all listed on there, as well as the profiles as well to set it up for the vehicle type. And you can also go over all the instructions as well with the built-in user manual. So as I said, full disclosure, Garmin did provide the Satnav and the backup camera. Links to buy them are down below if you are interested in them. Can't recommend them highly enough, especially if you are using it in a motorhome or campervan with the rear backup camera, or even if you're doing something like in a caravan and you want to see the back, when you're reversing around in a caravan. Absolutely brilliant. Wireless connection between the two was fantastic, and this little thing was easy to use, easy to navigate, very clear voice instructions, clear screen, clear layout, and very simple and easy to set up. So thanks for watching my video today. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video. Happy travels. Bye.